Hello and welcome. We're here at the opening match of the fourth season of APL here, under a little bit of unusual circumstances for me. Later streams, you'll see the full scoreboard package with a lot of really nice looking graphics and a lot of very, very well done, high production value assets, but that is not in the cards for today. We had a last minute issue with Buttery Bits, who was the original streamer for this match, and I happened to be awake at the right time to be able to grab this and throw a few logos on OBS and give you guys a stream for this match without you having to wander over to Billy to watch. I think Shine is streaming over there. So here we are, Chimera and Fallschirmjäger, the Australian side Chimera against the Chinese side Fallschirmjäger. We're going to be here on Kharkov, St. Mary midpoint, as you see in front of you. Make sure that we're not interfering with the voice chat out there, but still able to hear proc chat, hopefully. St. Mary's, I mean, this is maybe the most balanced, I believe the most balanced midpoint we have here on Kharkov. Certainly the most buildings around the point, least open, so I think people like it on both sides for that reason. Could easily see some snipes coming in. The Allies have the big hill here in the northwest corner of the map, with the potential to get some trucks, although the west side in general has some high ground, so the Axis can make use of that too. I hear shells landing on both sides. I'm trying to see. If we can catch anything. Take a brief look at the score. It looks like maybe a small hit from Hidden Shadows, a 60. Might not be small if he didn't get a truck. So here we go. Looks like, ooh.
As soon as I drop these boxes, man, I'm gonna
good arty hit.
Yes, please.
Make sure I'm not listening in on their comms. Sorry about that. See initial cap progress going in favor of Chimera. Although there aren't a lot of people around the hard cap here. T-34 rolling up left side there, you can see. Already landing near the T-34, but not any infantry around him to really affect too much. Not sure if we've seen the Panzer IV quite yet. The first Katyushka strike coming in from the Allied side. as cap progress does swing and is now being decapped in favor of the Soviets, Fallschirmjäger. T-34 getting active over here on the east side. We'll see what he's trying to get into here. Maybe has a Luke's in mind. You see the T-70 a little bit south of him there. I followed him because he looked like he was keen for something, but maybe just trying to look at a different angle here. Still not sure that we know where the Panzer IV is. We can see the cap progress just flip-flopping back and forth. Both sides fighting over the strong point. I said it was pretty balanced, and that's what we see here. It's going both ways for sure. So this point in a lot of this map is kind of characterized by what we see right here, which is fighting over these fences from house to house, yard to yard, to try to gain ground. Looks like Fallschirmjäger's taken pretty solid control of the church now, which is going to be most of the hard cap. It's going to give them a good chance to continue this cap here. Puma appeared to be making a little bit of a cheeky play, maybe, on the T-34, but he gets taken down by AT. I'm going to do a quick sweep here, see if we can find the Panzer IV. I'm not sure if maybe it died early, or if I'm just an idiot, because I don't see it. And haven't seen it. Got one Luke's right there. Oh, here we go. So they've got a nice safe spot here to kind of shoot a little into the backside of church for them, which would be the north side. T-34 not really able to get at them very easily. That's a T-70 going down. T-34 now maybe in a little bit of trouble with not a lot of infantry support. We've now seen possession of the church kind of swing back towards Chimera, and along with it, the cap progress as well. Good position for the Lukes here. He's going to be hard cap weight, I believe, or he could pull forward and be hard cap weight if he wanted. And at the same time, he can kind of crossfire to the, that'd be the east side of the road. See a T-70 from FJ over here, kind of doing something similar. A little bit of cap weight, First bombing run coming through. This will be a Chimera bombing run across the north side. And it looks like this cap's going to go for Chimera. It's getting very close to the end here, 12 minutes, almost 12 minutes in. And there we go. The first cap goes in favor of Chimera. Check the map real quick. Just kind of see what the layout here looks like. Nobody for Chimera kind of ready on Lumberworks in the back line, but they will have the straight line to that point. Nobody really on the west side here. You see this completely open over there, and on the east side by Distillery, where there is a little bit more cover, you do see there is a little bigger presence for Chimera over there. No Gary's up. There we go. The first Gary up in the sector they just captured goes up on the south side of St. Mary here. And we have the first Tiger coming out of mid HQ. So there we go. It looks like a decent reset here for Fallschirmjäger. They're lost the midpoint, but they're still knocking on the door here. Looks like I can barely see the Panzer IV over in its old spot, still sitting in the same area. Back behind the building way south there. T-34 right below us. Repositioning to the west side. So here we go. You're going to kind of have three lanes going on here, in a sense, divided up by these roads, where you have kind of the west lane right here that we're kind of looking at in the center, on the west side of, I call it West Main. I call them West Main and East Main, the two north-south roads. So west of West Main, which is on our right here, is one lane. You have kind of the center lane here, in between the two main roads, which is where the church and the hard cap is. And then you have the east side, of course, on the east side of East Main, which is another lane. And these are all kind of, all very important, obviously, because if you get too far in one, you have the opportunity to either crossfire or be crossfired if one of the lanes gets significantly ahead of the others. Probably depending on where exactly you are going to determine which of those happens, whether you're doing the crossfiring or getting crossfired. Probably a little both, in most cases. But that's kind of how it breaks down here. I mean, sure, there's the far east here. There's going to be some skirmishing out here. You can see recon squads. You can see infantry MGs kind of just covering the flank. But for the most part, I mean, this is the real meat grind area in three parts. And it's where you're going to see them pushing, like I said earlier, house to house, yard to yard. And that's what makes this a pretty balanced point. I mean, it's centralized. There's relatively similar cover on both sides. And, you know, in the kind of close-range fighting, the Soviets don't have the same kind of disadvantage, necessarily, from a weapons perspective. Because in these close quarters areas, fighting over these yards, the PPSH, you know, the value of the PPSH really plays up in their favor. So you're going to see a lot of squads on the Soviet side. You're going to see, obviously, a lot of AT, but potentially the AT bazooka gets the PPSH. for the Allies, which is nice. And then you'll see, obviously, support for the SVT. Assault, either for the Drum Mag PPSH or the SVT and the nades. Automatic Rifleman. You're going to see those classes because they're going to have the PPSH or the SVT available. And you're going to see a lot less of the other classes. Rifleman you won't see as much. Engineer, potentially not. Except you get the value of the satchel and the mines. Take a look at what we got set up in the church. Doesn't look like there's anybody on the second floor. We got Holo up here in the window. He's gonna have a good view of a lot of different places. A lot of different things. He's gonna be a constant pain in the ass for everybody over on the east lane there. As you can see, anybody in the open, he's just gonna mow him down. So this is kind of a situation where maybe you want a sniper to kind of cover this window, or everybody's got to keep looking here every life. Because if you leave this guy up here, he's going to get 100 kills without even breaking a sweat. We hear the Katyusha coming in, the rockets falling all over the hard point, trying to loosen up Chimera a little bit. Take a look at the map again real quick and see where we're at. We saw the Gary on the south side of St. Mary go up right after the cap. They now have one up over on the east side. We'll call that far east lane there. And that's about it. We're starting to see some pushing across the west side, a little edge-to-edge, map edge-to-map edge play. No backline pressure as of yet. Everything's kind of held along the front line. Looks like we have an IS-1 on the field. See, where did that first Tiger go? This is a second Tiger, I believe. First Tiger is southwest. We still have Qonzer 4 up now on the hard point. So they're right there, Ready, Fishy, Centigram, and Skittle are the Tiger. IS-1 takes a rocket. Looks like they might be looking for him. And there's the Panzer 4 right there. So they look like they're going to back up and probably repair. There's probably an opportunity they could maybe squeeze through some of these buildings and get a shot on that Panzer 4, but they're going to be pretty cautious knowing that there's at least, from their perspective, at least one Tiger. We know the other Tiger's kind of back further, but they don't quite know that yet. Just back it up a little bit so you can kind of see the three lanes again that we talked about, and how teams are kind of allocating their manpower to it. You see that FJ on this west side is very light. I think they have one OP. Just a couple guys spawning on it, trying to keep as many people as they can in that central push. Sorry about that. It is just after 6 o'clock in the morning for me. I sound a little weird. This is my morning voice. I did not expect to pick up this game. I expected to be soundly sleeping. But I wanted to make sure that somebody was up to flip the map for the team. So I woke up a little bit before 6. And noticed that Buttery Bits was having internet trouble. So I was able to step in here and give an English stream here at the last minute. So if the stream's all fucked up, I'm sorry. I'm doing my best here with very little notice. That's why you don't see the fancy graphics I kind of mentioned in the beginning. There's a great graphics package that I know Axhawk and others did a lot of work on. Scoreboard and all that stuff. That looks really nice, and I'm really excited to use it. But it takes a little time. It takes a little time to set up. You know, you got to set the teams and everything, and I just wasn't sure if I was going to be ready to do that, and I wanted to make sure that, you know, for the teams primarily, that they had a good record of the game, and that I wasn't focused on fooling around with that stuff at the last second. So I just kind of threw up some basic overlays, so you knew what was going on, who was on what side, and we just went with it. So hopefully everything works out. Chimera really pushing FJ out of the point now. I mean, further and further back. Especially in the center lane where they're almost completely cleared out of the area on the south side of this this crossroad. You can see the IS-1 injured, down crew. Definitely not in a good shape. Trying to get the hell out of there. See, Toos is going to chase an IS-1. See how far it gets. Man, it's fragging out. I don't know if he sees this OP here. He did get the OP, but he got shot in the back. Still a good play, even if he didn't get to the tank. IS-1 might have got out of there just in time. There's a Tiger that just crossed the road looking for him, but he'd already passed out of sight. Took another IS-1 just went down to rockets. God module, potentially the culprit. So now you can see kind of, except on that west side, Fallschirmjäger's kind of leaking up that west side, but when you look at the center lane here, they've kind of been pushed out. But we'll see how they do, kind of leaking up the west side and maybe then coming across. Without maybe flares, there's some good recognition by their SLs. They might not realize how much ground they're losing over here, although you can see the lack of OPs probably tells them that something's going on here. And that something is a lot of Soviet players kind of rapping right now with pretty good success. Why did he pull out his pistol like that? He must have been on a hell of a kill streak. He just was feeling himself. Decided to go with the pistol for some fucking reason. He didn't get the kill, but FYMYF was there. Now look at this west side now. Chimera's pushed all the way back, way past the church. See if Fallschirmjäger's able to take advantage and wrap this church. So they do have flares allocated over here now to make sure they know what's in front of them. The FJ guys are a little bit further back than that flare, what that flare covers. I don't know, it seems like they made good progress to push all the way through past the church. But then, I don't know, there were no spawns to follow it up. And they've given a lot of it back right now. Wrong boy gets taken down. Now there's 4 Chimera players here and an OP right on this fence. Well, guys from the west side were able to come and help clear that out and keep that OP safe, but it still seems like I don't know why they're spawning on that OP instead of the one maybe more central, but looks like the manpower's coming back for FJ here. Just wanted to check again here. Still nothing going on backline. The west side is pretty clear from Chimera at least. A little bit of presence on the east, but again, that 3-lane push right up the middle still is the where you're going to see the vast majority of the players. Alright, sorry about that. I had to check. The delay was up and the stream went live, and I wanted to check on everything, and the description was all fucked up, so I had to fix that. Sorry about that. Radio silence for a moment there, but I want to make sure this isn't a complete fucking disaster, so... What do we got? We got the same shit going on. We got FJ making some good progress on that west lane. Leaking a little bit here into the center, but really no FJ presence on the east side, where the two Tigers have taken up residence. Sorry, still just double and triple checking some things. Here's the third Tiger over here on the west side. Not sure how many IS-1s they have up. We do see the one go down. But yeah, I mean, we're 35 minutes in, a third of the way through. We saw a pretty long cap come in. It was about an hour 18 and some change on the clock when Chimera finally capped the midpoint. It went back and forth quite a bit, but since then we've just kind of seen the bit of a stalemate here. It's pushed back and forth a little bit, but Fallschirmjäger still has a lot of time left. Two Tigers now right next to each other on this house. I see one IS-1 out there in the field. They're not going to see. But the starting to see Chimera make a little bit of progress here, pushing out from the church. Looks like this Tiger's aware of the IS-1 here. Looking for each other. Ooh, the Tiger takes a shot from a bazooka. That might change how aggressive he's interested in being. Both things having to repair. Tiger maybe moving out here. Not sure if he really feels it's as secure as he thought it was initially. Now we have the other tiger poking up the east side here. Might be looking to get an angle. He's got a before he's going to see him. He's also damaged. I want to keep an eye on this armored battle because it could loom large here potentially if, especially if the Fallschirmjäger tank's able to get a kill on a tiger, maybe two. Could definitely open up the possibility for a little bit of a little more progress here. The IS-1 has an angle on this tiger. They're repairing, so the second turret hit's not going to kill him. Really, somebody should be getting in to move this thing. The third hit might kill him if they still have a shot. And they do. They pulled a good angle on that. Now, what was the other tiger doing while that was happening? He's moving forward. But he is late, and they didn't get a shot back, so he is in no worse shape. No better shape, excuse me. The IS-1, although the IS-1 doesn't know that he's there. Do they see each other? Hello? I think the I don't know what the hell if the IS-1 knows he's here. It's not looking at him, though. Tiger says he's done fucking with that cart. Right as the IS-1 pushes to where he would have seen him, so they just kind of miss each other. And now there's some arty smoke coming into the equation as well. Gotta be careful here. This tiger could... Well, the IS-1's not gonna back up far enough. Tiger looked like at one point it was interested in pushing the IS-1 as it was fighting his fellow tiger, but timing didn't work out, and he's going to kind of circle back and get into some safety here. Probably a smart play for the team that's up. There's no reason he's got to push and kill this IS-1. Obviously, you'd like to if possible, but it's not a requirement at this moment. Got a solo T-70 here on a little journey. He's gonna journey his ass right into an 87mm tank round here. Ouch. Take a look at the map again. I mean, I'd love to tell you that a lot of things have happened. A lot has changed, but it looks a lot the same. I mean, Chimera looks like on the east side they've done a good job. They're starting to get into the lumberworks sector for probably the first time this game, right there on the east lane. The far east is, you know, a sparse battle as it has been, and the west is wide open. Although Commander Mr. Cheesecake is way out there, maybe trying to see if he can get behind the enemy there. In the middle here, where we spent most of our time, it's much of it as it ever has been here. Fighting going building to building. It's going back and forth a little bit, but nobody really has made any significant long-term progress, I would say. His own little mini house there. He's kind of hanging out. Okay, now he's gonna move on. Satchel's going off. Shit exploding everywhere. Nobody really in the church at all at the moment. Well, high ground positioning is useful, but it goes both ways. Obviously, you want to get an MG up in the tower, but you're a pretty big target up there as well. Sometimes it might be better to just focus on other things. Another Katyushka strike coming in. Check and see what it looks like out here on the far east. So we have a T-34. Oh, the Tiger. What just happened? Did he just miss? Not too many players playing out here, but you got to contest it. You can't let them really wrap around you, so you got to be out here. This is a little bit higher, kind of the main street area, so there can be advantages to bringing a tank over here and getting these cross angles. Of course, this T-34 is gonna. Ooh, he just slips away. Tiger's no doubt confused and a little bit worried that the T-34 was not where he thought. But he makes the right play, covers up his ass, and the T-34 is going to peek right into a big gun. Well, the Tiger's taking a shot from an IS-1, and wow, okay. So either a good bit of luck or a good bit of coordination as the T-34 is causing the Tiger to spin around in the road while the IS-1 pushes and completes the kill on the Tiger. We're just going to go ahead and say that was entirely coordinated, and we'll give him credit for a very good play. If it wasn't, so be it, but fuck it. This is my stream. I like it. I like to see that. You trade the T-34 for the Tiger, that's a good play. Do that all day. See what the IS-1 can do with it over here. This IS... Still sitting front door, he's kind of caught by being in the quite lower than these buildings in front of him, so any Tigers that want to peek him have to come pretty far up to see him. Obviously that also limits what he can see, but he's just trying to stay alive here. He's doing a good job. We've passed the halfway mark. Take a look at the map again. See a bunch of flares up. They're monitoring, obviously, what's going on front door. depending on how you feel. You like to see that, you don't like to see the flares up everywhere. 3 flares at one time doing the holy trinity of magic enemy spotting. Obviously means there's some explosive ammo down on the ground for the spotters to keep yeeting the flares. But again, we're kind of looking at the same map we've looked at for the last 40 minutes or so. But gotta check in, find out, make sure nothing sneaky's going on. Ooh, big satchel right in the center there. Looks like it got at least a couple. Again, if you're just joining, maybe you were expecting to see Buttery Bits on the stream. But they had some internet issues, so you're stuck with me instead. I had to set up the stream last minute. I'm not going to go through the whole story, because I doubt most people give a shit, but I had to set this up last second, so if anything's fucked up, that's why. I apologize if the audio is fucked up, if my voice sounds weird, if it's coming in one ear, if it's coming in the other ear, I apologize. Go ahead and mute it. Lord knows I don't like the sound of my own voice, so I don't blame you for not liking it either. Just try to give you the visuals, give the teams a good record here of what happened, and give everybody at home not playing a chance to see the action. Doubt anybody's watching to hear my voice describing what's happening, but fuck it, I'm here, so I'm gonna say some shit. Might as well. There's 3 tigers here. We saw Chimera lost one, but obviously armor has been going pretty well for them, and here they replaced it right away. This T-70 is taking a little attention here. A couple guys get out to repair. Infantry dying. Holy shit, what do we got? We got 3 tigers in a row. They're LARPing, guys. Oh, they gotta get in the right order. Lycon's gotta go in the back. He's the lowest ranked. Oh, well. Well, we could have had the triple column. We were this close to greatness. What happened to the IS-1 that was over here? Oh, he's gone to the main road. So they look like they were kind of setting up a double peak on him, and meanwhile he's over here in the middle of the road. Hidden on a bit of a journey in this Luke's. Getting stuck on everything he sees. Classic. Gotta shift that in reverse, buddy. There you go. Get the fuck out of there. AT rolling up. I'm not sure if he's got a bazooka or what, but he's gonna die to artillery anyway, so who cares? FJ's really been pushed out of the town here, I'm noticing. That Luke's is just charging for outposts. running into another rubble pile again. Really seems to like those rubble piles. T-70 should be able to take him out here from the side. Meanwhile, there's a tiger slithering. If a tiger can slither. Up the East Main Road here, looking for this IS-1. Should see him, but IS-1 might know something about it. Maybe not. Gun's turning away from it. Tiger's gonna get a good view here, and he's gonna like what he sees. Oh! The whiff! Oh no! Oh no. Tiger's caught out, gets the first shot in. And IS-1 get the kill, he does! Oh no. Oh no, no, no. Good job by the IS-1 crew to come through in the clutch there. They gotta back up, they are damaged, they are surrounded. Toos is gonna get the satchel on. He does get the satchel on. Would have been a very easy kill if he had the Panzerschreck kit. But he was running with the satchel, but it's okay. It's okay. He got the satchel on nonetheless. And there's a tiger peeking up. Probably would have killed him anyway if the satchel didn't. Unless they flubbed the shot again. Soviet armor's difficult. I mean, I don't... You know, obviously, you gotta hit your shots there, but they can be difficult. They're the most difficult, I would say, to pen. Just the surfaces are comparatively small and angled, and it's tough, but you know, if you want to play at high level, you expect your gunners to be capable. As we see, a T-70 just... He's like, fuck it, I'm going underneath this tiger. I kind of hope the tiger doesn't kill him here, because I'd like to see the battle bots action again. Oh well. Got underneath him once, but not twice. Let's see if anything kind of... Ooh. Another IS-1 going down. Not sure came from, but it looks like this tiger from Lycone took him out. Yeah, you can see in this central lane, FJ is completely boxed out, and really in the east lane as well. So it's really just the west lane where they have a foothold. Here they're crossing an open field, and with both their tanks dying, that's going to be a tall task, I'd say. Still 30 minutes left. I mean, I don't think we've seen an airhead here. We have a bombing run, it sounds like. Maybe there was a garrison there, I don't know, but there was not infantry there. I know that. Almost 2/3 of the way through here for Chimera, of the game. It's looking good for Chimera, I mean to say. Seem to have, not quite boxed out because there's a little bit of presence on the west still, but almost boxed out. Fallschirmjäger, the armor battle seems to be firmly in their favor at the moment. Still a lot of time left. Check the map again. Still no backline. Nobody has... I don't know if they haven't tried or if they just haven't made it around behind Lumberworks for any kind of backline shenanigans. Not the best point for it, really, because of all the open space around it. It's not easy to get close, and it's really easy to get spotted. So it could be that it's just not a priority, or it could be that they haven't been successful. But, you know, we could see them start to make some progress into that lumber work sector along the two main roads here. And potentially, you know, kind of a flank from the east here, too. But the west side, I mean, west of Lumberworks is open and it's low ground, so it's not really a viable area to launch an attack from. IS-1 took some damage. Looks like there's a tiger out there that may have shot them somewhere. Maybe they killed a tiger. What happened here? Apologize if the camera is a little bit jumpy. Still kind of getting used to this new... I don't even know what they did to it. Admin cam is a little bit different now, so sometimes you bounce around or jump around. And... oh my god, we just watched him block around for his tank. Is it going to make a difference? Add fat to cat just blocked blocked an AT round from a tiger, and I think it's going to give his tank a chance to survive here. My man's made the ultimate sacrifice. And it worked out. I mean, shit. I know a lot of people are starting to do that, but I think it's kind of a tactic I think is really common amongst Chinese teams for people to get out like that. They're certainly not the only ones, but in times of desperation, the spotter can get out and try to get in the way of a round, and that's exactly what we saw there, and it saved his tank. So for every 20 times that it doesn't work, you know, hey, that tank's alive because Add Fat to Cat just got out and just ate one right in the chops. And the gunner for Chimera's got to explain why they didn't secure that kill, because he hit the TC running in front of it. Oh boy. Coming up on 28 minutes remaining. Yeah, I mean, we're calling this a full box out now. I mean, there's got to be no Fallschirmjäger players in the soft cap. It's got to be 0 chevrons. I mean, it's really been just a slow pushback, I guess, on the aggregate. Since the cap, we saw it go to about 1 hour 18 before St. Mary's was capped. We've seen these garrisons up the whole game, basically, since then. And just Chimera been slowly pushing north, further, and now, again, we saw it a little bit earlier, but now we see the OPs up right on the line. They're starting to get into the lumberworks sector. So it's slowly shifting from a fight over St. Mary's to now a fight over lumberworks. Which, if you're Chimera, that's obviously where you want to be, because you don't need to cap lumberworks. But if that's where the fight is, then it's not happening at St. Mary, and your point is safe. Looks like this IS-1 took another shot, backed up. I see one tiger there. I think that's the one engaging. I mean, they've obviously been able to keep it alive here, but this is what I would consider a fairly precarious area to be playing from, since there's not hard cover except, you know, the terrain. But they're doing a good job to make it work. T-34 here crossing the road. There's one Tiger. And two. Is there a third one? Oh, they're all up here. Third one's on the other side of the church. So they're all in the neighborhood. They know where that IS-1 is, roughly. Fighting has now gotten a little bit longer range than it was before, as we're seeing fighting across these open fields rather than through the houses. So this becomes a little bit more difficult for the infantry. Less cover to go through, and this is where you could say maybe the advantage shifts a little bit to a little bit heavier to the Axis. I wouldn't say in close quarters there's an advantage for the Soviets because the Axis have great weapons, but when you talk about open fields, obviously the MG difference is going to play up. The ability to get everybody in your squad a semi-automatic rifle if they want one is going to play up. And the one gun you could say that has an advantage over the German counterpart, which is the PPSH, being maybe better in close range than the, well, probably definitely better in close range than the MP40. Maybe you would say better also than the STG. Maybe. But those. How can he do it twice? Looks like the second. There it is. That looked like it might have been a track shot. It must have been, maybe. That looked like it was bare. I have questions. Not have a repair torch? Now he's throwing some smokes out to cover them. He does have the repair. I was wondering because for a moment it looked like he had his pistol out, and once again this tank this tank is proving difficult to kill for many reasons. I'm not sure where they all took damage. It could have been a couple shots to the turret with a repair in between, and then I think that last one was definitely barrel. So close, but no kill. And add fat to cat, lives to fight another day. It's tank squad. Looks like FJ got an OP up here on the west side, east side. Trying to get a foothold in the buildings that they've been sort of boxed out from. This is their best shot at the moment. I don't know what the fuck. See, they're taking fire here from the MG in the tower up there. Holo. Holo? kind of in a shitty position here, but... Oh, the grenade. Good grenade. Takes the OP down. Second grenade takes down the spawn wave. Great timing. Here we go. The other tank. Once again, you see the divide here. That's a long way to go if you're a Fallschirmjäger to get into the buildings around St. Mary. They're going to keep trying, but it's a tough field to cross. Just checking up on the stream again, making sure everything's going okay. So when you hear the sound cut away, that's me tapping out. No illusions here. We're a low budget production today. Just me, myself. I always hate to do this alone. I usually try to have a partner or two with me, but nobody... Well, I guess there were people I could have asked, but I was rushing to get everything set up so you could have these lovely logos on your screen. And OBS functioning properly, which sometimes for me is a miracle when I have plenty of time, much less when I'm in a rush. Here we go with a precision strike. And that's a hit. Take out the Tiger. That was the only one we've caught. Our precision strike, that is, was successful on the Tiger. But if my calculations are correct, Chimera should probably already have one ready to go, which they do. So you take that Tiger off the board. They still have 2 up, and 1 will be coming up, and 20 minutes left in the game. Where did our favorite invincible ass one go? That's another one. Is this them? Did they die? Did their luck run out? Kind of seems like it did. Yeah, we missed it. That's sad. This last one is now taking shots. Backing up over a garrison, already coming in. Lots of shit happening. See the bombing run from Chimera. Missing everything again. Maybe grabbed a Gary, I don't know. Trying to find out what's interesting to watch here, because it's just a lot of crossing open fields and people getting shot from long range. And I mean, I don't even know. It doesn't even look like, to me, Chimera's really pushing all that much. They seem to be happy as they are. Nothing wrong with playing to win, but kind of harder to capture anything interesting when it's kind of long range and can't really see as much what's going on. But See a little progress coming up here the west side for FJ here. They're going to run into two Tigers, and that's going to be tough to deal with. Looks like right now Chimera's using their tanks effectively here against this west side push. You can see tank rounds coming in and just exploding people. Artie also landing on this side, so they're kind of the closest threat, so that gets a lot of attention. And that's what you see. Attention comes in the form of howitzers and 87mm tank rounds. Take a quick look at the map here. We do have a garrison up west side here by Watermill for the first time. I think that we've seen. The other garrisons, I think these have been here the whole game. Yeah, much the same. Maybe a little bit more west side presence than we've seen before, but nothing too new. Certainly FJ's box out of the soft cap. These 4 squares I'm tracing right here. Probably nobody, not one person in the actual cap. I'm just kind of looking for an angle, side angle on any of these Tigers. They exist. I think he's got to go up a little bit further, but lots of trees, lots of buildings, and really the Tigers now are on the west side a little bit more. Focusing on that west side of push that has really dissolved into nothing about this point. Hollow's been the assigned MG for the, I'm going to look real quick. The assigned MG for the clock tower. I'm curious if I can see where he is. He's at 1597 kills. Or 1597 CE, excuse me. If he doesn't have any vehicle kills, that's probably... That's over 150 kills, I think. I can check that real quick, actually. Yeah, so Hollow's sitting at 161 kills right now. So Cooler from Chimera on artillery. He's at 221. Hollow We've seen on MG is 163 and 11. Campo from GB on the Chimera side is 111, and Kurumi, who is the artillery for FJ, is at 105. So big day for Hollow. He's having fun. Just to round out the top 10, Wash Trolley 91, Murray 80, Diesel 69, one of the FJ guys with the Chinese character 68, Haas from Chimera 65, and Centurion 65. That's the top 10 killers. Just wanted to check on that airdrop. It's just supplies. Certainly in a situation like this where Chimera's had the midpoint for the whole game, you expect to see them a little bit higher on the kills. Naturally, at least. Because they don't have to shift W as much. And especially now, I mean, all these FJ guys are just probably getting farmed by machine guns. But they're doing their job. They got nine minutes left, really 7 minutes. 50 seconds to make something happen. They gotta do their job and keep pushing. Nothing else to do. Just checking out what the IS-1 might be looking for here. He might have an angle onto this tank if he catches the right combination of openings. All the tank has. Here's an angle onto him. That's 2 ricochets. And here we go. Can he get the first shot? He gets the first shot. After the 2 misses from the Tiger, can the Tiger get to cover? Or did this gunner just get them killed? Oh! A miss from the FJ gunner. Oh, and then they got the final kill anyway, or final shot anyway. Looks like the Tiger maybe, yeah, he just kind of ran out of room there. Man, it's tough. I'm not trying to be too tough on any of the gunners on there, because they're, I mean, there's been some missed shots on both sides for sure. But man, I'll tell you, as someone that guns a tank sometimes, I am not looking forward to ever having to shoot at Soviet tanks. It just sucks. They can be tough. Toughest in the game to land a shot on for sure. So I joke around, but you know, they are tough. So credit to the German tank gunners that have to go against that. It's tough, I know. IS-1 took a couple shots. I'm not really sure from where. Must be this pair of Tigers over here. Rocket ricochets. You can see some of the call-outs in chat, just calling to different areas where there's some pressure building. There's the IS-1 going down us. Got bombed by the Tiger. Good play, good play. I'm not sure what kind of tank assets FJ has. Looks like they have an IS-1 there. And was this the T-34 that I just saw that already got blown up? T-34 got blown up. This Tiger's in the middle of the road. And he's gonna get killed. An IS-1 right there that's now backing up. So that's 2 Tigers down. There's still 1 in the area, along with hidden in a Puma, and 1 Tiger on the way. If this Tiger's not spawned, it's going to be too late. Yeah, so there's going to be 1 more Tiger coming up here if he can make it in time. And 1 on the hard cap against, I think only 1 IS-1. So as we get down to 2.5 minutes till decision. We have rough armor parity, which we haven't seen, so some good plays by FG to kind of crawl back in, claw back into it. Armor v armor wise. So this IS-1 now. Holy fuck, I can't drive. So he's got to push up and just try to make something happen here. Really nothing to save the tank for. You got to go for it. Do see an airhead landing here, unsupported, but looks pretty safe. Although it is getting marked. So the Katyushka lucky rocket killing the closest Chimera player to the airhead. Campo was going for it. He's gonna get sight on it here. Does he not have grenades, or does he not care? So VK now is going to see a big spawn wave get mowed down. So the airhead's live. We do see contesting on Lumberworks as just Prawn Hub is back there. So we'll see what they can do. 50 seconds, they're going to get a couple more spawns off on this airhead, although Artie is now locked in there, so we'll see how much they can run away. The IS-1 here taking a shot from the Tiger, peeking from this corner. Second shot misses. Tiger doesn't need to get aggressive here. He's really got the upper hand. IS-1 is now basically neutralized for the rest of the game. Because they're one hit. I mean, they almost should just push in and try, because 15 seconds left and it's not going to matter anyway. A little bit of cap progress on Lumberworks. I don't think that's anything except Prawn. Back there on his own. 3 seconds. I mean, the airhead play made it off here, but neutralized by Artie, and just not enough time. I mean, we saw FJ really, like I said, claw back into it a little bit here at the end. Made a good run of it in the final seconds, but just really ran out of time. You know, maybe they, if they had more, they could, you know, parlay this into more of a sustained attack, but just run out of time here. So Chimera's going to take the win here. So yeah, Lumberworks is just Prawn Hub on his own here. Going to do what he can, probably eventually get cleaned up. We might start to see some cap progress on St. Mary here, just because you see the overwhelming numbers. Look at that flare. Overwhelming numbers from Fallschirmjäger, but obviously out of time now, so... Yeah, so this was the opening match of Season 4 of APL. There's going to be 9 other matches this weekend, so look out across Twitch and YouTube for those. We're going to have matches for the next 6 or 7 weeks here across 4 different divisions. This is Division 2. Fallschirmjäger, the Chinese side. On the Allies, taking the loss, Chimera. With a little reinforcement from GBI on the Axis side, taking the win. But a long way to go. They're gonna do it's gonna be a round robin, so every team will play each team once, and the top 2 teams after that will play a grand final. So there we have it. I'm gonna find the guy with all the kills here and give him a commend. The hell did he go? See if I can find him in time. Ah, fuck it. We'll give it to the commander. But there you go. Chimera 3-2 over Fallschirmjäger. Look out for matches all weekend. American Premier League just starting. Apologize for any issues or any production issues. I kind of had to throw this together. So in future streams, you will see the entire amazing graphic package that's been put together. But... couldn't get it ready in time here. Had to fill it at the last second, so sorry about that, but hope you enjoyed the stream, guys. I might be back later today doing Lucky Strike versus Condor Legion at tonight, so take a look for that, look for anything else, and support the guys that are streaming these matches, and enjoy. I think we got 4 divisions with a lot of good teams and interesting matchups. It should be fun, so yeah, check those out and have a good weekend, everybody. Thank you.